All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Monday, December 23rd. Set today by Philistine. Oh dear, we usually get Vulcan or Dynamo. So hopefully Philistine knows to give us a nice easy one to start the week, especially Christmas week. Let's see what he has. I replaced usual cover in vehicle for the environment. I'm reading that as usual cover might be the outer letters of usual, U and L. So maybe there's a vehicle with UL in it, and then we change that for an I, and we get a word meaning the environment, but can't think of what that might be. Let's try the downs. I do like the grid. At least Philistine gave us a friendly grid pattern. Relative in a position to provide help. Oh, that's a nice clue. Assistance has 10 letters. Oh, and I can see we have possibly cis inside. Is it a cis inside a stance, a position, a stance? Yeah, I think that's it. All right, that should be helpful. Turn back around in times of serious financial difficulty. Times of serious financial difficulty. Something like depression, recession. Yeah, I think we're going to turn a word for pack. We're going to reverse it and put it inside something for times, maybe like ages or eras, but I don't see it. To start auction, chairs of really nice oak, potentially. Ooh, the funny words are just chairs of really nice oak. Yeah, I was expecting it to maybe say primarily, and we take those first letters, but that's corno. I don't think that means anything. To start, well, A starts an auction. Yeah, chairs of really nice. No, potentially. Could it be an anagram indicator? What do you say to start an auction? I know to finish it, going, going, gone, but no. Seeing ahead, a very conical structure. Yeah, don't get that one. We'll do all of these downs from the top row. Last but one. Well, I'm thinking penultimate. No, I think that's too long. In university course, displaced by street bigots. So it might mean bigots, or it could be, I suppose, last. But not saying that. Ooh, this one goes all the way to the bottom. Uh, Copper melting test, hot, fast, and can really hurt. Well, copper, I'm thinking Cu. If melting test, maybe an anagram of test, Cuts. Oh, cuts to the quick, fast for quick. Yes, if somebody's comments really hurt, they cut to the quick. Not exactly sure what the quick means in that phrase. Oh, I think we're anagramming test plus hot. Yeah, and then followed by our quick. All right, that should be, oh, especially the Q and the K. I like that. Some voiced a sigh of relief. Could it be a hidden clue? Some, of course, voiced might indicate a homophone, but I'm thinking it's some voiced a sigh, and maybe it is relief, but I'm not seeing what that would be. No, so is it, yeah, going to be a something, or oh, maybe just oh, maybe it's a homophone of a word for some, and maybe it's what you say when you're relieved. I mean, some could be a bit. What else could some be? A tad? No. All right. Ah, no. Let's go back to the acrosses. Plant agents to chase back pay. Essentially, I think it might be a plant. But then essentially is, oh, it might be the essential or inner letters of back pay. Oh, which could be ACA. And then I think it's the CIA, and I think acacia is the plant. All right. Audibly, sounds like a homophone, drop stone when liable to faint. I think that's going to be the definition, but what is, And by the way, the leaf blowers are back again. Hopefully they're far enough away not to bother anyone. All right. Excuse me. Fight for barista's original frothy latte. Oh, yeah. So I think this is actually fairly straightforward. Uh, the barista's original letter is B, and then frothy is telling us to anagram latte, and a fight can be a battle. All right. Oh, so now, yeah, I'm thinking some might be a few. So it's, yeah, you voice A, which is still stays A, but sign of relief might be few, Phew. Now, I think in the US you'll more likely see Whew, few, but in Britain and Ireland, few. Okay, now yeah, let's do this one. Slight effect of halter top in winter. Oh, I'm thinking cold something, cold front. Oh no, of course, a halter shop top doesn't have shoulders. And I think actually there was a fashion a few years ago for women's garments with the shoulders cut out. And I was reliably informed by my fashion expert friend that that was called cold shoulders or cold shoulder. So that one, I think is fairly straightforward. All right, safe places where mighty stable hands overlap. Wow. Yeah, I'm thinking something like sanctuaries, safe places, and maybe a word for mighty and a word for stable hands actually do overlap. They get entwined in the middle somewhere. Not exactly. Or maybe they share letters. That might be it. Yeah, but what are stable hands? Grooms. But, oh, yeah, something rooms. Yeah, like safe rooms or, what would you call those? Something rooms. But I think that might be it. Yeah, I think there's probably going to be an S there anyway. What does that do for our last but one? Last but one. Could that be LAS? Last but one. In university course. That could be in a class. Displaced by street. Maybe we put an ST inside it. Yeah, and maybe a word for bigots, chauvinists. Not seeing it. All right. Bone of contention as global giant Ford switches leaders hosting dance. Oh my goodness. Um, bone of contention. I presume it's going to be something of something as global giant Ford. Now, of course, we think the car company, but maybe it's another Ford. And then switches leaders. Yeah, maybe we do a sort of a spoonerism type thing. And then hosting dance. I'm wondering if we put some word for dance in the middle. That's a good one, but I don't see it. City Council cleared pedestrians and traffic at first in what produces this? Wow. I'm just wondering if, yeah, so I'm thinking city council cleared might be, we sometimes see vacated. And if you empty out the letters of city and council, you get CYCL. I want it to be cycle path, pedestrians, and traffic at first. Well, let me put it in. Traffic at first is the T in what produces this. Oh, so I think it's pedestrians and traffic at first. We get the first letters of all three of those. Inside EH. What is EH though? Um, I think what, if somebody says something you don't hear, you might say what, or you might say a, EH. I'm sounding like Simon from Cracking the Cryptic when I do that, but there's no other way to explain it other than his way. All right, yeah, and then produces this. I think, yeah, if you clear pedestrians and traffic from an area, that does produce. So it's an and lit, I think. I like that. Nerds, machismo or machismo, aimless and misguided. Wow. I mean, aimless or misguided, either one might indicate an anagram, but I am not seeing that. Nice to see truces arranged in exasperation. All right, so that. Oh, I'm wondering if exasperation might be peak. And so something that's nice to see, I'm thinking, is picturesque or picture skew, as people would say back in the day. So that's the definition, nice to see. And then, yeah, truces is just anagrammed inside the peak. So the Q is definitely very helpful. Create, trendy, outlet. Well, trendy is often in, which I think is more likely to be the beginning of a word. And so in, and then a four-letter word for outlet is going to make a word for create. I don't see it. The guy's in a hole that's sticky. Oh, I'm thinking something like adhesive. Yeah, I'm thinking the guy is he's, and a hole in the wall place might be a dive. All right. Sore about concealing posh cars' faults. Yeah, I'm not sure how to read that. Posh is probably going to be U for upper class. Cars' faults? Could that be an anagram of cars? No. All right, something for the media in après-ski treats. Well, I'm thinking something for the media would be a press kit. And yeah, it's just hidden within après-ski treats. That's clever. All right, let's finish the downs. Regularly have anecdote prepared for unplanned occasion. Something event I would, yeah, and so regularly I think we are going to take every other letter of just have or have anecdote. Well, but we don't have, oh, well, we do have the V. Yeah, 10 letters. So do we anagram after taking every other letter? I don't know if I've seen that before. Yeah, I want it to be in the event. So you might have something just in case, I suppose, for an unplanned occasion in the event. But other than the H and the V, but anecdote, I don't think we're using many letters from anecdote. Oh yeah, and this H something H seems very unlikely. Yeah, so I think I'll leave in event, but something event. Yeah, I'm just not seeing regular letters either HV or AE, so I think maybe we do have to then anagram them, but we're not going to get enough letters out of have anecdote. Yeah, because that's just 12 letters. All right, let me pause and think about that. No, not seeing anything for that. So, how about look at start of Revelation? I think look at start might be a charade, like see something, and then it's a revelation. No. Odds are off on heavier ones, but they're not. So this one I think is a every other letter, and it's a little easier. I mean, you could even guess the answer from seeing odds that it's evens. So it is, it's the even letters from heavier ones. That's clever. Help getting through edit. Wow. Question marks. I think Philistine might be very pleased with this one. Um, help can be aid, and then getting through a word for edit. Maybe it's an and lit. Yeah, not seeing it. All right, do we have enough letters now to go back and maybe start to fill in some of these gaps? Seeing ahead, a very conical. Yeah, a very conical is 12 letters, I think. So I'm wondering if we anagram that. And yes, I was just thinking about the Y and where would that go? And I thought of clairvoyance. I think just not clairvoyancy. We only have the one Y. I hope I spelt that right. All right. So now our bone of contention. Yeah, it could be on, but I'm thinking it's going to be something of. What is that first word? Bone of contention. No, I don't see it. Turn back around in times of serious financial difficulty. Ooh, bankruptcy, I think is 10 letters. Let me put it in and see if I can make any sense of the wordplay. Not really. Yeah, not too sure about that. Our bone of contention. Oh, is there there is something from mythology, isn't there? The apple of somebody. Yeah, I'm gonna. The leaf blowers are approaching, so I'm gonna pause anyway. And while I'm paused, I'll look that up. Yes, it is the. I remember the story from mythology, but I didn't remember this name. Apple of Discord, golden apple dropped by Eris, the goddess of strife, at a wedding, and there was a vanity fuel dispute among Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. So that's a good one to get. So maybe bankruptcy is right. I just don't understand why. But let's try and understand this one first. We do have. Oh, I think the dance is disco, and that is inside OFRD. But where's the leaders? I know in Global Giant might be Apple. Yeah, so I think Ford switches its leading two letters. Yeah, I suppose I just naturally think of leaders as being only the first letter, but it's the two leading letters, and that hosts the disco. All right, let's look again then at this turn. Oh, a turn I think might be a bank. And then pack around in times. No, I don't see that at all. But I'll leave it in. Let's see now if it helps. Oh, the environment might be the ambience or ambiance, as some people say. So yes, the vehicle is an ambulance, and instead of UL, we have I. So at least I read the clue correctly the first time around. Progress, slow but steady. Yeah, and so for some of you who are newer solvers, you may sometimes think, oh, how did he get that? Well, I think soon you'll be wondering, well, how didn't he get that? All right, audibly drop stone when liable to faint. Yeah, I think it's going to be some medical term maybe for being weak and liable to faint. Unless it's some other meaning of faint. Yeah, don't see it. Here's to start auction chairs of really nice oak. Potentially. There's something weird about those words in that order, but I'm not seeing it. No. All right, our safe places now. Oh, it does. Oh, a strong room, of course. Yeah. Should have thought of that when I was going on about my safe rooms, but strong rooms. So mighty is strong and grooms, and they do overlap. They share the G. All right, that's good. Yeah, what words start with E and end in N? And is it going to mean... it might mean oak potentially, so like some kind of like wooden or... No, don't see it. Okay. Last but one in university course, displaced by street. Bigots. Yes, I think bigots is going to be the definition. Oh, I think, yeah, I think the university course, excuse me, is classics. Oops. And instead of the C, the last letter but one in classics, the C, is replaced by ST for street. All right, happy with that. All right, so what is this? Oh, I think it might be some word that came from Yiddish, schmuck type of thing. So I think machismo has AIM in it. If we remove that, we're left with CHSMO, and then misguided says we anagram what's left, and I think we get a schmo. Is a schmo a nerd? I didn't think that was it, but anyway. Ooh. I'm wondering now if it's a phrase in Latin. Oh no, I think maybe it's just well, partly Latin. I think maybe an ad hoc event would be an unplanned occasion. So that makes more sense. Where I think anagramming anecdote, which just has 8 letters, plus the H and the V that are regularly from have. Yeah, that seems right. All right, well, slowly but surely, but it's definitely not a normal Monday. So I must be look at to eye something. Oh, an eye opener, I think. Yeah, a start of something might be the opener, and an eye opener is a revelation. All right, create trendy outlet. Yes, I think that the end there confirms we start within. Now, an outlet could be an electrical outlet, water outlet, geographical, an outlet for your skills. Or it could just be where air comes out, and that would be a vent, and invent is to create. Ooh, I like this V now. Need help, or as I help getting through edit. Something like look over or help getting through. Oh, help getting through might be something to do with making a phone call. Yeah, but I am thinking the second word is going to be over, but that would put an R there. So soar about. Oh, which might be an anagram of soar. And then that conceals. Well, posh is usually only U. So that would just be 5 letters. But if it is going to be false, then probably the S from soar would come here. What else is another short abbreviation for posh? Faults. Errors would be, which I was just thinking about the R coming down from 23 down. So sore. The posh car is a Rolls Royce. You have to put posh and car together. I was lifting and separating. There we go. So, help, give over. Let me pause and ponder the possibilities that are pertinent. This is very clever. The word edit, I was thinking there's some anagram of that. Well, it's actually the word tide reversed or tide over. And maybe to help someone getting through some period, tide them over. Okay, just the top left, two left. Audibly drop. Sink when liable to faint. What's it going to end in? A-L, A-R, A-N. Yeah, let me pause again. Well, I don't have anything for 9 across, but I was looking at 3 down, and then I thought, wait a minute. I was spelling ambiance, I think the way I would spell ambient, as in ambient music, but of course the wordplay says to start with ambulance. So now, what does that do? So now, oh, of course, oh my goodness. I think, said potentially might be primarily, and I failed to spot acorn. I think I was starting with the chairs, but you have to start with the auction and you get acorn, which would be a nice oak potentially. My goodness. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Is there a way of spelling like senores or something? But audibly drop. All right, I think I'm going to have to go to wordplays.com for this one. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad I use wordplays. This is not a Monday crossword word, in my opinion, but sync opal, which I can see now the homophone of to sink is drop, and an opal would be a stone, so audibly drop and then a stone. And so liable to faint. Yeah, I think it's something to do with, according to wordplays, loss of sound. So it's not even a medical type of faint. Well, we'll see what they're saying at 15 squared about that one, but I'm a little peeved at Philistine, and I hope Santa Claus is taking note that he was a little naughty to give us that on a Monday. Anyway, let's go ahead and check all. Yeah, everything is still there. All right, let's go over to 15 squared. All right, the blog today is by Eileen. She says a chewier offering than usual for a Monday. That's putting it mildly. A little gristly, I think. All right, up to his tricks, medley of anagrams, ingenious subtractions and substitutions, uncontroversial homophones, and an unfamiliar word. Oh, that's implying she. Oh no, in 9. Oh, something on the customary medical. So Philistine, I keep forgetting, is the one who is a doctor of some kind. All right, and so ambience, I feel a little better, an alternative spelling, but yeah, I definitely should have been thinking about the ambulance and removing or replacing. Yeah, sink plus oval and liable to faint. Do not know that word. I think I understood all of the Eventually worked out the Ford switching initial letters and the cycle path. Yeah, I think I got all of those. And then on the downs, oh, so it's just an anagram of turn back. Oh, I made that a lot harder. Ah, but it's inside of by, which is times. Yeah, 3 times 5, 3 by 5. Yeah, I should have seen that. And the acorn. Yeah, I'll stand in the corner for that one. But everything else, I think I understood. Seemed a bit scary at first. Yeah, a new spelling of ambience. Never heard of, yeah. Syncopal, however you pronounce it. Uh, ah, so Prescott isn't in Chambers, but it is in Collins. That's unusual. Syncope goes with pots and something. My goodness. I've no idea what this explanation is saying, but there we go. Anyway, oh, a very tricky one today, but got there in the end. Anyway, thank you as always for watching and have a wonderful day.